Hello and Happy New Year! Woo! 2020 is over. So I thought that I would make a little New Year's resolution video. I know everybody makes these, but I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. My mind is never not like turning and thinking, if that makes any sort of sense. So I thought I would sort of get some of those thoughts out in a video and do a sort of commentary video where you guys just see a little gameplay in the background, you know what I'm saying? So I thought I would talk about the way that I approach New Year's resolutions. Many years ago now, I was one of those people who very much so thought that New Year's resolutions were sort of a dumb thing, for lack of a better word. I didn't understand why people made them. I thought they were pointless because you know within reason that if you weren't doing these things before the start of the new year, you're not going to do them after the start of the new year, right? But in the last 2 or 3 years, I sort of changed my mind about New Year's resolutions. I gave up on the whole going to the gym, finding love type thing a long time ago, because that's the stuff that never worked for me and it doesn't work for a lot of people. But about 3 years ago, I started setting resolutions for myself that were less physical, less exterior, and more interior. So I would set resolutions that were to better things about myself that I thought were more significant than like my physical appearance and my dating life. For example, one of the resolutions that I've had every year since I started this was to be less judgmental. And I don't consider myself a judgmental person in the slightest, but because my mind is always turning, I'm never not in my head. I found that if I plant a seed in there about something that I want to think about throughout the year, then I do continue to think about that thing throughout the year. And I find that it makes me a better person. It makes me more of who I want to be. So the less judgmental thing, especially for me being a college student, this really applied to sorority girls and fraternity boys, right? People who I disagree with, people who I don't particularly like. When I see these people or I interact with these people, this thought pops into my head about being less judgmental and more compassionate, sympathetic, what have you. And I feel like it made me a better person. Last year, I did the less judgmental resolution as well as being more productive. And that ended up turning into being productive every day, doing something productive no matter how small it was every single day. So being productive every day, or just being productive in general, I would have that thought in my mind when I would have a day where I had nothing planned or I had nothing to do, and it would push me to do that thing. Because I knew that when I set these resolutions, these were things that I wanted to do to better myself. And I'm really bad at, if I don't have a set deadline that's set by somebody else for me or something else for me, then I won't get anything done. I'm very much like a half-assed kind of person. I'll start something, get halfway through, and then I'll abandon it. So the being productive really did help me, I feel like. And the less judgmental thing. I feel like every single year that I've had that thought in my mind, I've been a less judgmental person. So I just wanted to talk about these different kinds of resolutions because I've never really heard people talk about them before. You'll always just sort of see the stereotypical go to the gym, join an online dating site type thing. And that never worked for me, like I said before. So I wanted to talk about this with you. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Okay. And I know, like, the problems of this last year aren't going to immediately go away now that it's 2021. but I am one of those people that is hopeful around this time of year. I guess not around this time of the year, because the holidays can be fairly difficult, but around New Year's. And so I hope that this video and perhaps these different types of resolutions that are much less physical or exterior and more so focused on the betterment of who you are, perhaps helps some of you. It definitely helped me. And especially as somebody who struggles with my exterior appearance, like a lot of other people do, taking away all the emphasis that New Year's resolutions often have on how you look on the outside and focusing on something that is much more valuable, and that is much more internal, that also helped me feel more positively about New Year's and about New Year's resolutions. So I think I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna stop this here. Let me know if you've made it to this point in the video. What are your thoughts on New Year's resolutions? Do you think they're stupid? Do you make them? If you do make New Year's resolutions, let me know what your New Year's resolutions are. My resolutions for this year are to be less judgmental. That will probably be one for as long as I live. To be productive. I'm gonna keep that rolling from last year. I want to create these habits, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep being productive without having a deadline. And my last resolution would probably be the only one that's not sort of a mental thing, and that is to take vocal lessons this year. And to everyone who's made it to this point in the video, I really thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I know in the grand scheme of YouTube, my channel is absolutely insignificant, but especially the last half of this year. The first half, I was very privileged to not feel the effects of the pandemic as much as a lot of other people. I was able to work from home. I was able to go to school from home. My immediate family was not affected very much. But since October, it's just been a straight up 180 from that. And it's taken a hard toll. But this YouTube channel and making videos has helped to keep me positive and take my mind off things. So thank you. If you are one of my little 12 subscribers, thank you. And if you watched any video for any amount of time, thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate it a lot. And I wish you well into this new year. Alright, stay safe out there, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. Bye!